Thank you very much, Madam MC. The representative of the representatives, I guess there are around two, of the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation, the representatives of Fiji Trade Union Congress, representatives of ILO, my good friend Sukafa, and of course Andrew, the Permanent Secretary for Employment, Productivity and Workplace Relations, representative of Fiji Trade Union Congress at the head table, and those other participants who are here this morning, employers and workers from various other organizations, the hardworking staff of the Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Workplace Relations, invited participants, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vinaka, Bulare, Bulasia. It's indeed a pleasure to be here with you this morning to commemorate World Day for Safety and Health at Work 2026 through this tripartite forum. I emphasize on tripartite because it's very important that all our social partners actively participate in all our activities of this nature. Let me acknowledge once again the presence of our social partners, the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation, Fiji Trade Union Congress, and of course ILO, as well as those other employers and workers who are present this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, each year on April 28th, we get together, the whole world gets together to emphasize on the importance of health and safety at the workplace and raise awareness about the importance of preventing workplace accidents or fatalities, as well as illnesses. It reminds us of our collective responsibility to ensure that workplaces are safe, healthy, supportive for all our workers. This year's theme, it's a very special theme this year. Let's ensure a healthy psychosocial working environment. Psychosocial, it sounds a very technical, subject. But this highlights an area that is becoming increasingly important in the modern day workplace: the mental, emotional, and social well-being of workers. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about workplace safety and health, we often think of the physical hazards, the machinery, the chemicals, and unsafe working conditions. But the workplace environment also includes factors that influence how workers think, how they feel, how they interact. Whether it is a toxic environment or whether it is an environment where workers feel safe, secure, and wanted. So the psychosocial working environment refers to how work is organized and managed, how workers experience their roles and relationships at the workplace. These factors include workload, working hours, job security, role clarity, leadership style, Leadership style is very, very, very important. Workplace relationships, clear communication, and access to support systems. Where does a worker go when the worker feels stressed out, unhappy with something at the workplace? Where does that worker go? There has to be a support system. When these factors are all well managed, they create workplaces where workers feel respected, valued, and motivated. Workers are more engaged, productive, and committed to their organizations. When these factors are poorly managed, they can become psychosocial hazards. Excessive workload, job insecurity, workplace conflict, harassment, or the lack of support can create stress, anxiety, negativity, and affect workers' health and well-being. Ladies and gentlemen, stressing or addressing psychosocial challenges requires cooperation and dialogue between employers and workers. That is why today's tripartite forum is so very important. And this is not the only one we are hosting. This is the first one. The next one will be for the Western Division in Ba, and then we'll have the last one in Suva. By bringing together representatives of employers and workers in the same space, we are creating an opportunity for meaningful discussion and collaboration. Employers bring perspectives in organizational management, productivity, and operational challenges. Workers bring valuable insights into their everyday experiences in the workplace. When these perspectives come together through constructive dialogue, we are better able to identify problems, understand different viewpoints, and develop practical solutions. Strong workplace relationships built on mutual respect, trust, and open communication without any fear. We are able to connect to each other. We are able to speak to each other. We are able to express our views. Now, these are essential for promoting good psychosocial working environments. Workplace bullying and use of foul language is something that must never be tolerated. Never be tolerated. We must all remember that as leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, psychosocial risks are now recognized globally as one of the leading causes of work-related stress, burnout, and mental health challenges. Rapid changes in the nature of work, increased productivity demands, economic pressures, and evolving workplace structures have made these risks more visible than ever. In Fiji, our workforce continues to demonstrate resilience and dedication across many sectors, including agriculture, tourism, manufacturing, transport, construction, and public services. However, workers can still experience challenges such as long working hours, heavy workloads, workplace conflict, limited work-life balance. Work-life balance is also very, very important. You need adequate family time. That is also important. Uncertainty and job security. If these issues are not properly addressed, they can lead to reduced productivity, increased absenteeism, workplace accidents, and high staff turnover. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I have been involved in people management for almost 55 years now. And my experience with people management is that a happy worker is a productive worker. A happy worker is a productive worker. I've said this before. If the worker has a sense of belonging to the organization, if the worker admires the leader is compassionate, the leader is caring, the leader is creating that environment where all workers want to do their level best. That is the ideal workplace. That is why promoting healthy psychosocial working environments is not only about protecting workers, it is also about strengthening organizations and supporting sustainable economic growth. Employers play a crucial role in shaping the psychosocial environment within the work organizations. Leadership practices, communication styles, work design, and workplace policies all influence how workers experience their jobs. Now, when we talk about workplace policies, it is always good to develop policies through consultation. Through consultation, not one-way traffic. One-way traffic never produces productive workers. When you are part of formulating a policy, a way of doing things, there is a sense of belonging. There is a sense of ownership of that policy, and you are happy to implement it and see to its success. Ladies and gentlemen, organizations that invest in the well-being of their workers often see positive outcomes, including improved productivity, stronger teamwork, lower absenteeism, and greater staff retention. A workplace that values the well-being of its workers is also more resilient and better positioned to adapt to future challenges, because you are working as a team. Any challenge that comes your way, you are going to face it as a team, and you are together, you are bonded. Workers' representatives also have an important role in promoting healthy workplaces. Workers should feel empowered to share their concerns, participate in workplace discussions, and contribute ideas for improving workplace conditions. As I've said earlier, it is about involvement. It is about involvement of all. Trade unions and worker representatives are key partners in ensuring that workers' voices are heard and that the workplace policies are fair, transparent, and effective. Through constructive engagement with employers, worker representatives help strengthen dialogue and cooperation within the workplace. Ladies and gentlemen, today's forum has been designed not only as a platform for discussion, but also as an opportunity for active participation. During the breakout sessions, employers and workers will have the opportunity to share experiences from their respective workplaces, discuss the psychosocial challenges they encounter, and explore practical strategies to improve workplace well-being. These discussions are valuable because they allow participants to learn from each other's experiences and identify solutions that can be applied in their own organizations. Your contributions today will help strengthen ongoing dialogue on workplace safety and health in Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, our ministry remains committed to promoting safe and healthy workplaces throughout Fiji. We continue to work closely with our social partners, including the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation and the Fiji Trade Union Congress, to strengthen workplace occupational health and safety practices. We have a tripartite no-sharp board, and this board is very, very active in engaging in conversations and coming up with policies that continuously improve workplace safety. Ladies and gentlemen, our ministry is committed to raising awareness on psychosocial risks, strengthening workplace policies, and encouraging dialogue between employers and workers. It's very, very important to create that environment where we are able to discuss freely. Through this collaboration, education, and continuous engagement, we aim to ensure that workplaces in Fiji support both productivity and the well-being of workers. We have to make sure that we are able to balance it. We need productivity, ladies and gentlemen. We need productivity to be able to sustain in the long term. At the same time, we must not compromise on the health and safety of workers. The future of work must be one where economic progress and worker well-being go hand in hand. A positive psychosocial working environment benefits everyone. Workers are healthier and more motivated. Organizations become stronger and more productive. And the national economy grows in a sustainable and inclusive way. The word inclusivity I have been emphasizing on throughout this morning. Inclusivity is about coming together, discussing, and finding the way forward. Let us use this forum as an opportunity to listen and learn and work together towards building workplaces where every worker feels respected, supported, and safe. I encourage all participants to actively engage in today's discussions and contribute meaningfully to this important dialogue. Please, this is your day. This is your day. Feel free to express your concerns. Feel free to contribute, because your contribution is going to make this workshop that much more meaningful. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it is the outcomes that matter. It's the outcomes that matter. If we are able to come up with a few outcomes that we use as our takeaway, and when we go to our workplaces, we are able to implement those and improve our workplace, improve our work environment, then we have actually done our bit. We have successfully achieved what we wanted to achieve. If we haven't achieved all that, at the end of the day, there is no point. So please actively participate, and I hope to see some tangible outcomes at the end of the day when we meet with our ministry officials for the debrief. With these remarks, I have much pleasure in officially declaring the Tripartite Forum for the World Day for Safety and Health at Work 2026 open. Thank you, Vinaka Vakalevu, and Dhanyavad.